Hi, my name is Amber and I want to give you a very warm welcome to the Geiger family. I am a promotional product expert, also known as a PPE, and I have been with the company now for 6 years. I just want to wish you the best here. I think you have all that you need to be successful, and this is a great company to work for with a lot of great benefits. And I'm just going to do a little bit of an overview of what a day in the life of a PPE looks like. My typical day does vary quite a bit. Because we're a direct marketing company, we are taking queue calls all day long. So that is one thing that everybody is expected to do. We log into queue every day and we're going to answer those phone calls and customer requests. The nice thing about it is, as a sales rep, your clients are basically given to you. So you can take that relationship and build it as you want to keep your clientele basis going. You don't have to go out and search for your customers. They're driven in through our marketing department. We do have a sales support team that we work with, and they are great. They handle a lot of our back-end factory issues. So once an order has been submitted by us, and all of the information that comes in from our factory, that is dealt with by our sales support team. So any issues that arise, any stock issues that come in, whatever that might be, they also handle ship quotes for us. They are our back-end team, and they also cover us when we are out for the day, whether it's multiple days on vacation or what. They will act as the sales rep. I think the hardest part, having somebody cover you that's not you, is that they don't know where you've left off with a customer, or they don't have that relationship with a customer. So really providing the most information that you can for our sales support team when you are away is going to be the best thing for them, and also ultimately for the customer. The position in itself can be a little bit overwhelming when you first start, especially if you don't know the industry. That is the toughest thing starting out, is learning all of the different items, where they come from, who specializes in what, who can do rushes, that type of thing. So the industry is really in itself a lot to learn aside from the job. I think that, along with multitasking, are two of the top things that with this job that you have to get down to be able to be successful at it. The toughest thing is when you have something that doesn't go right. There are a lot of times that things are out of our control, whether it's the weather itself and it impacts the delivery of an item, or whether the factory misses a ship date and that's out of our control, and you are the face to the customer. So there is no passing that blame along to somebody else. You have to own up to it, be apologetic about it, and do whatever you can to try to keep that relationship and let them know, how sincerely sorry you are about it, but that you're going to do whatever you can to make it right for them. I think the toughest thing about working with somebody new, whether it's your sales support, which that would be that they don't really know how you work yet. Each rep has their own different way of handling their day-to-day business, their emails, their phone calls, all of that. We all have our preferences too. So we have to understand that as a sales support team who's working out of one inbox, they're trying to get used to multiple personalities from the sales floor. So being understanding to where they're coming from is huge, and them also, taking the time to get to know the specific sales rep. We have worked really hard as a company to try to keep everything one voice and try to do everything in the same way, so that no matter what sales support member is going to reach out to us and handle our work, that it's going to be in the same way, so that we're not expecting different results from different sales support team members. As far as new PPEs who come along, I think the biggest thing is, once again, if they don't know the industry, there's going to be a lot of questions that they're going to have about the industry, and that's okay. You have a whole floor of sales reps around you, and a lot of them have been there for a lot of years. Crestline actually has a really good ability to keep their sales reps on. We've had people there from 15 plus years, and they love their job, they love what they do, and they stay in that position. So there's a lot of knowledgeable people around you. So if you don't know, don't hesitate to ask. Geiger is our parent company, and the sales reps that are within Geiger deal mostly with face-to-face sales, whereas we are a direct marketing company portion of Geiger. So we work a little bit differently, and all our sales are driven into us. The great thing is that we all benefit from Geiger as a company because of how large it is, how much business that we do. We are one of the tops out there, and we also benefit from all that Geiger has to offer as a company. So it is really one big family at the end of the day. So a day-to-day basis, it can be ever-changing. I mean, our shifts changed, and so do our workloads by day. So when you walk in, I mean, typically in the morning, I'll open up my inbox first thing, make sure that I'm logged into queue so I can take phone calls right away. I start answering my emails. That's the first thing that I do. And you want to make sure that you're answering, the first ones that came through, so you're getting to those customers who have been waiting the longest. The day can really change from there however it happens. So whether it's the phone calls that you get, or the live chats that you get, or the emails that you get, that's going to be your primary thing. You're sitting at your desk and you are answering customer requests those 3 ways that they come in. And you can be doing a couple at once. You can be on the phone and you can be doing a live chat with a customer, and you might have an email that needs an urgent response. So being able to just really listen to the customers, even though it's tough sometimes and you have 3 coming at you at once, and being honest with the customers is the biggest part of the day. The nice thing is it makes days fly by. You'll sit down and it will be 8:30, and before you know it, it's 5, and you'll be like, where did the day go? There is a great work-life balance between what you do as a PPE here and what you're able to do at home. There's a separation between your work and home life, which I think is a huge benefit, because you still get the commission aspect of it, where you're able to control some of your salary or your pay at the end of the day, but you also have that separation where you can go home and kind of leave it behind. I think one thing as coming on as a member of Crestline, specifically as a PPE, is you've got, aside from the sales force that you have with their wealth of knowledge, you also have a great management team who is there for you every step of the way. They are willing to bend over backwards for you, literally, and do what's needed to make your job successful. So you do have a lot of support coming in. It can be overwhelming between the multitasking of the job and the industry. If you don't know it, there's a lot of things that can be overwhelming, and I remember feeling that way when I first started, because the industry in itself is a lot to learn. But you have to know that that's information that is going to come, and it's not going to come in a day. It might not even be a week. It might take you months before you are fully equipped to do your job to the best of your ability, and that's okay. That's normal. That's what it takes in our industry, you have everybody around you who's going to help you, and don't be afraid to ask questions or to reach out, whether it's to another sales member or even the sales support team or management. As far as communicating with a promotional product expert, one thing you have to keep in mind is that at any point when you reach out to them, they could have 5 different customers asking for different things that they're trying to process at this time. So sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming, and they might seem stressed, and they might accidentally take that tone out on you. It's not intended that way. But I just think being mindful of that they might have something immediate that they're working on, whether it's a rush order or whether maybe they're on 2 live chats, they're doing a phone call as well. So it's just one of those situations where you have to remember that we have a lot of things thrown at us, and sometimes that can create high stress moments for us. Being a part of a sales force like we have in Crestline, we have, I think, 17 or 18 of us so far right now. So there is always a handful of us on the sales floor, and it is really fun. We have a great group of people. We get along really well. It becomes your second family. There's always somebody that's going to know something you might not have known. There's always somebody there to help you out if you need it. There's a wealth of knowledge on the sales floor, which is huge. So you have the company of other people who are doing what you're doing on a daily basis. It also helps you with best practices, because you might overhear something that someone next to you has said, or that they used, or they might share an email that they sent, and that helps a lot with you and your sales. I mean, a lot of our sales reps, that's how they learn, that's how they grow, is by picking up the best practices from others around us, and we have that right at our fingertips. It's not like we're in different offices, different locations. We can really use the knowledge that all of us have and use that to each individually grow our sales. The fun thing about working at Crestline is that because we are so much of a family, we also get to celebrate a lot together. There are national holidays that we'll celebrate together, like we just had Chip and Dip Day. There are events that we'll do together, and really we celebrate each other's successes as much as we can, and we try to keep it fun because it can be a stressful job at times, but if you keep it lighthearted, if your sales force is laughing and they're having a good time and enjoying themselves, that really creates an environment where we can be productive and also successful. So that is a huge focus within Crestline, to whatever it might be. If we just hit budget for a week and we get pizza or whatever it might be, the management team likes to let us know that they not only appreciate what we're doing, but they also acknowledge it and they understand how frustrating it can be at times, but they're thankful for us moving forward, whatever the situation might be, and leading to a successful year for us overall. I want to thank you so much for letting me take some of your time to watch this video and to learn about what it is that we do here as a PPE for Crestline, and I wish you the best of luck with your new position and hope to see you around the halls.